Hey guys, how are you doing today? I'm Dre Days and welcome to the first Pokemon Sword and Shield Road to the Top commentary. In today's video, I'm using the team of Tapu Lele, Snorlax, Garchomp, Rotom Heat, Ferrothorn, and Mandibuzz. The idea of this team is to set up Tailwind with Mandibuzz and then sweep with Pokemon like Tapu Lele, Rotom Heat, or Garchomp. That or I can play the slow game with Snorlax and Ferrothorn. I'm enjoying this theme so far and I want to show you what it can do. I'll be right back with the first game of the day. Okay, so here's my first opponent of the day and they bring a team of Whimsicott, Cinderace, Eleki, Urshifu, Tapu Lele, and Among Us. The way I can approach this match is by leading with Mandibuzz and Tapu Lele and have Garchomp and Pharaoh in the back. Because if they do not bring Cinderace, they only have their Urshifu in the back that can touch the Pharaoh. So I'm feeling pretty good about bringing Pharaoh for this match. And they already locked their team as well, so we'll see how that goes. They do have a pretty nice trainer card, I have to say. Let's see what they bring as their lead. So they lead with Cinderace and Eleki, while I lead with Tapu Lele and Mandibuzz. Psychic Flame gets set up, Mandibuzz gets the boost needed. And I should try to go with Tailwind with the Mandibuzz to get the speed advantage on that. And here I try to go for Side Shock, but I'm not 100% sure if that's gonna work in my favor. But I'm going to try it anyway. They go for the Dynamax turn 1, what I assume is the Cinderace. So basically I thought that Mandibuzz is bulky enough to survive this turn and get the Tailwind up for my team. But they most likely go with Airstream here as well to boost their speed of their own. They do go for Electro Wrap turn 1, so Tapu Lele no longer outspeeds this Cinderace, which is unfortunate, as they go with Steel Spike turn 1. So if they target Lele, then I get my Tailwind up. But Mandibuzz is bulky enough to lift that Steel Spike, so Tapu Lele hangs on for at least another turn. And I get my Tailwind up. And the Side Shock into the Eleki slot, and this should do quite a lot of damage. Well, about half. As Mandibuzz sets up Tailwind. And here I can try to go for a Roost to stop. Well, am I sure about this? Yeah, I can go for a Roost here. So I'm going to Side Shock into Eleki again. And hopefully I can Mandibuzz back to reasonable amount of health here. Which would be very nice. So I have to see what they are planning to do this following turn. I get the Side Shock into the Eleki slot again, and this should KO. Yes, it does. So the Eleki goes down. And they do go for Airstream this time. Into the Tapu Lele, so Mandibuzz gets a free Roost off. Critical hit doesn't matter at all. Tapu Lele is so frail, goes pretty much down to 1 or 2 hits every game. So Mandibuzz is sitting pretty right now. As I bring in Garchomp in now, I do have to make sure to remove the Cinderace soon because Ferrothorn does not want to deal with that. They bring out their Tapu Lele of their own. Here I should go for a fall play into the Cinderace. Or just another Roost. Or I think Roost might be better. So I go for that. And Dynamax my Garchomp and go for the Max Quake into Lele. I just have to hope they don't have a random ally switch, which could mess me up badly. So here's Garchomp gonna Dynamax. And I hope I can get this Quake into the Lele safely to get myself in a much better position. I do outspeed the Cinderace, so I get the Max Quake off before they can retaliate. And it's an easy 1-hit KO. Amazing. And I get my special defense boost with both my Pokemon, while the Lele goes down, taking a bit of Life Orb damage. And they do go for Airstream again, so they probably outspeed my Garchomp after this turn again. So the Manabus goes down. Unfortunately, I have to bring Pharaoh now, and there's not much I can do about it. And I don't have Protect on this Pharaoh either because it's Choice Band. As they bring in the Urshifu. Their Cinderace is +2 speed as well. So I will indeed be slower than them. I've tried to go for a Gyro Ball. And the Max Whirlwind. Well, they do not go for the Pyro Ball, so I get at least a Gyro Ball into this Urshifu. Well, and the Max Dragon at the same time. So the Urshifu should be going down after this turn. Dropping Cinderace attack stat as well. So this is looking pretty amazing right now. The Pharaoh barely hangs on, so this confirms it has Choice Band. And the Pharaoh does get the Giant Ball off, so the Urshifu finally goes down. And the Cinderace will likely go down to another Max Dragon the following turns. So we should wrap this first game up pretty nicely. So here I go with another Gyro Ball. And Max Whirlwind to end the game. But that doesn't quite do the damage. They do get a paralyzed though, which could be annoying, and Garchomp does not move. So I hope Pharaoh can knock out the Cinderace. And it does. Long live the Choice Bands. So, first game win. Pretty nice. I will be right back with the second game of the day in a moment, so stick around. Alright, so the second opponent of the day is Phil, and they bring a team of Lapras, Raichu, Clefairy, Landorus, Urshifu, and Celesteela. Lele seems really reasonable, so lead. Rotom would be also nice, but they have Raichu, so I have to take that into account. But I'm still gonna leave with it. And then having Mandibus and Garchomp in the back. Celesteela could be quite troublesome though, but you have to see how I can work my way around that. So the battle's getting started, and we're battling on that nice battlefield. Also, what's also the best achievement you guys have reached so far? My best achievement was getting my driver's license last week. I'm really happy about it that I can finally buy a car now, and I hope to be able to drive soon. So that was my achievement. They lead with Raichu and Lapras, which is quite better for me personally. I could go for a magic room here, and I will go for it because they could go with policy strategy here, and I want to avoid that from happening. So I'll go for the magic room while going into Mandibus, and this way I can stop whatever they're trying to do as far as item strategies goes. So they're thinking a little while here. Rotom retreats into Mandibus, so I will get my Psychic Seed off, boosting my special defense, which could be helpful in this scenario as they Dynamax the Lapras. I'm actually happy they do that because dealing with Celesteela would be far more problematic if they play it well. So I'm rather happy to see them Dynamaxing their Lapras. So their Lapras is now Dynamax, and they do try to go for Fake Out into Lele, but they forgot about the Psychic terrain, so I get my Magic Room off. And they do go for Max Kaiser into Rotom, so good switch in. They do get Rain Up though, but they most likely will go for the Resonance next turn anyway, so I don't have to worry about Lily getting knocked out following turn. And here I go for a Side Shock onto the Raichu while setting up my Tailwind. They could go for Nuzzle though, but they try Full Switch, but that's not gonna work because Magic Room is up, so they won't get their policy off, so 3 damage into their Lapras while they switch out their Raichu and see what they go for. They do go for Celesteela. I do get Side Shock into that slot, but it's not gonna do too much, about 20%. As I get my Tailwind up. And that confirms my Mandibus is faster than their Lapras. They do go for Resonance, and that does about 45% damage. So here I have to heal with Roost the next turn as they get their Aurora Veil up. I don't think they will expect me to go for a Thunder here, but it's really nice against the Celesteela here. While I do go for a Roost just to get my HP back. They can go for a Flash Cannon into my Lele. Or they could just try to knock out my Mandibus. I'm not sure what they are trying to do at this point. But we'll have to wait and see what they end up doing. So I do get the Thunder off into their Celesteela. And that's not quite good damage. But at least it's at low health enough for me to take care of it now. As I get my health back with Roost. They do go for Flash Cannon though. But Lele unfortunately goes down due to a critical hit, which is quite sad. But it's not the end of the world, as they get a special attack boost from the Beast Boost. And they go with Max Kaiser with the Lapras. But Mandibus takes it really well. And here I can basically go Rotom. But I do have to set up Sundo because otherwise Hydro Pump is going to do way too much damage against the Rotom. So I will go for Dynamax here. And another roost with the Mandibuzz because I wanted to keep it healthy for the later game. They do not switch, which is interesting. As I Dynamax my Rotom Heat, going big mode. And we have to see if they can deal with my Rotom in the process. So Rotom goes for Max Flare, and this should be more than enough to knock out Celesteela. Well, apparently not, because the Aurora Veil is too strong. So unfortunately it lives at least for another turn. But the Mandibuzz gets another roost off. Now they're most likely going to Meteor Beam or Rotom, and this is gonna do, I imagine, 80% damage. Oh, they're not Power Herb. Well, that means I can freely target the Lapras with a Max Flare and knock out this Celesteela freely with the Foul Play. And they can't really stop me from doing that. So I will get the Max Flare into their Lapras. And that's pretty nice damage. And the Foul Play will knock out the Celesteela. So it will be a 3v3 situation. And Lapras goes for another Hydro Pump, so Rotom will be at less than half health as the Tailwind and Magic Room end. Also, the Psychic Terrain goes away. So they either could bring Raichu again or what might be Urshifu in the back. They bring Raichu again. So they will most likely go for Fake Out into Mandibuzz. I do not want to switch it out though, because I want Garchomp to be healthy. And I guess I just go for Foul Play into Raichu, just in case if it's a Focus Sash set. They do go for Fake Out into Mandibuzz, so Mandibuzz will sit out for a turn. As the Raichu takes about 65% damage from the Max Flare. They do try to boost up Raichu, but I don't know how much of a help that will be for them. Here I could go with Nasty Plot again. But I really have to set up Tailwind again because I really need the speed advantage at this point. So I'm going to protect Rotom for a turn and hopefully I get another Tailwind in. So Rotom protects. And the Raichu goes for Volt Switch. That doesn't do too much, which is fine. So I definitely get another Tailwind in, and they will reveal their final Pokemon. And that's indeed Urshifu. So I'm getting my Tailwind in. And let's see what Lapras decides to go for. They do go for Hydro Pump into the Protect. And here I can go with another safe Overheat. I guess I really want... I don't think the Lapras can knock out either Pokemon, so I'm just gonna double target the Urshifu here. And they do not protect the Urshifu, so it has to be Focus Edge if it wants to live. But it's not Focus Edge, so it will go down. And I will get some extra bit of chip damage into this Lapras. And that should be more than enough in range to take care of this Lapras. If for some reason anything goes wrong, I should always be able to end the game with Garchomp here, because they have not enough resources to handle my Garchomp anymore. Here I go for another Overheat into the Lapras. Well, actually I should double target the Lapras, because that's the only one that can take care of my Garchomp at this point, but they do forfeit a match. So the game is over, and I win again, another game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more updates. See you next time.